Lauren from Snowy's here today with the Quest Outdoors Pop Top 3-shelf cupboard. Now this cupboard is just under 5 kilos here, so you can see I'm lifting it up. There's nothing in it obviously, but it's not too heavy at all. Its setup dimensions are 70 centimeters tall by about 58 centimeters wide and 48 centimeters deep. Now the material of the cupboard is largely made up of this 400 denier polyester, and it does have a bit of a coating on the back that makes it sort of water resistant. It's not fully waterproof, but it is going to be relatively weatherproof from that material side of things. And that material is all through the body of the cupboard. We've also got a heavy duty polyurethane mesh here. Now, as you can hear probably with my fingernails, this is not a really soft mesh like you would usually find in the windows of your tent and things like that. It has like a stiffness and a rigidity to it that is more similar to what you would replace on your fly screens at home. So that's a nice high quality piece of mesh we've got in there as well. The frame is also matte finish powder coated steel. And the top of the cupboard here and the shelves on the inside are a high pressure laminate, and that is a fully weatherproof material. So there's no issues at all getting this wet or having it out in the rain and things like that. So that it won't warp like other cupboards that have, say, MDF inside them or laminated MDF do have a tendency to warp. It's not going to happen with this one. So on the sides here of the cupboard, we've got some webbing strap that's stitched at intervals, and this is going to allow you to thread your utensils through. Potentially could chuck some carabiners on there as well and hang some stuff up. And we've also got the mesh pockets. Now on the back, we've got this little handle here, which is actually the carry handle for when the cupboard's packed up. And this flap here makes one half of the cupboard when it's packed. So the storage bag is integrated into the cupboard itself, which is really handy because it means you don't have a storage bag floating around your campsite or somewhere that you have to stash and potentially might lose, or, you know, all of that sort of stuff. But on the back, you do have this little ventilation panel, which again is made from the same mesh as your front panel too. And on the other side of the cupboard, we've just got a mirror image here with these webbed loops and mesh pockets. So these are quite big. Here you could probably store, you know, a couple of tea towels and things like that in. Now, rotating the cupboard back to the front here, as the name suggests, this is a pop-top cupboard, and this means that the top of it can literally just pop off. So underneath you can see there's no sort of hooks or clips or anything, so it does just sit on top of the frame like so, but it's got a little bit of movement there, but it's not going to come off. Like, as you can see, I'm going to knock and push this around, and the top of the cupboard isn't going anywhere. But the reason why this is really cool is because if you want to access your cupboard frequently, maybe you've got lots of flies around or pests around, you don't want to always have to zip open the front door. You can have your frequently used objects or like cutlery, utensils, food, whatever in the top here. And it's just a little bit like a storage box. It's just really quickly whip in, pull it out, shut it up. If you do want to access the front, the zipper panel on the front here is a little bit unique. Like, a lot of cupboards will have a full side that's sealed off, whereas this one you can fully open up all the way down to the bottom here, and you can stow the mesh away if you want to, and that's going to be relatively out of your way. But it also gives you a little bit more flexibility with how you access your pantry. You don't necessarily have to open the full zipper every single time. So whether or not you want to go over to the side here and maybe just access the side of the pantry, maybe you just want to sort of come from the top, you want to maybe just access the bottom shelf. So that red zipper, and then also you've got your red zipper pulls with a nice plastic loop there, which allows you to get your finger in really easily and comfortably. So there's good functionality with that door there too. The other thing that I will mention for these cupboards, which is very nifty, is they come with a packet of cupboard clips. Now these cupboard clips allow you to, just rip the packaging there, they allow you to buddy up your cupboard with another cupboard next to it. So potentially you want the single cupboard and then the double one together, or maybe you want to have the two singles and then at some point in the future you want to join them together. So you can clip here and you can get another clip in the back here. Oh, nice and firm to get that on so they're not going anywhere in a hurry. And then that will allow you to connect two cupboards together. So obviously with each cupboard you're going to get a pack of two. So if you're wanting to join the two together, you can put two from one cupboard on the front and two from one cupboard on the back, and you've got yourself a nice solid lock. So that's about all for the features. Now I've got a plate and bowl and cup here that I'm going to chuck in the middle just to do a bit of a stability test there. And then I will also put a drink bottle on the top and we'll give it a shake and we'll see if this is going to knock over and what sort of rattling and movement we're going to get in the cupboard. So I'm going to go from side to side here. So I'm not going too crazy. Oh, there we go. It does move a little bit. Not going too crazy on it, but that's probably about as much as movement as you're going to get accidentally at a campsite anyway, with people knocking it, or even if you're sort of chopping on the top of it. Front to back, there's almost no movement whatsoever. So the side to side gives you a little bit. Front to back doesn't give you much at all. And then we'll just do a little bit of a twist test. And there's really not much movement in the twisting either. So all in all, it's a pretty solid little cupboard option, especially considering that it has an all-in-one pack-up. Now, talking about the all-in-one pack-up, stay on the line with our video here and we'll run through the setup and pack away for you in just a minute. Hold up fam, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any awesome content on the Snowies channel. Let's get into it. So again, it's only 5 kilos. So as you can see, this is the cupboard packed up, which is me one-handed, you know, like it's fairly easy for me to carry around. So it's not overly heavy at all. When it's packed, we have the same dimensions as the cupboard in terms of the width being 58 centimeters and the height being 48 centimeters, or the depth being 48. But the overall sort of packed thickness, I guess, is about 10 centimeters in total. Now the hole on the back here, as earlier in the video I showed you how that pop top access to the top shelf, this is on the back of the packed bag, but I guess it's that sort of trade-off. It's not really any detriment at all because the internal shelf material is the same as the external shelf material, but that's the trade-off of the design, having the storage bag all in one with the actual product. So in order to set this one up, you're just going to open it up like so. Oh, I got my little bit of plastic there from the link. So here we've got our pop top shelf. And now we've got our 4 upright corners. And then we've got the base frame here. So basically, it's just a matter of the cupboard being pulled up to height. Now we can see on the inside here, we've got the 4 corner sockets for the poles to go into, here and here on the back. And on the edge of the cupboard here, we have this sleeve that the pole slides into. So we're going to do the first pole, which will hook into one of the corner sockets, and we're just going to work our way around the cupboard, doing the same with all 4 legs. Then we'll grab our third one here, through that slot like so, and then pop that one in. Now, whilst we've got these 3 legs in, there's tension starting to build on the cupboard here. So this 4th leg, especially when your cupboard's brand new and all the stitching and the material is fresh, it's potentially going to have a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more grab on it to lock that one into place like so, which actually isn't too bad at all there. So from here, we're just grabbing our base frame and we're connecting that onto the top of the cupboard like so. And then hooking on our 4 little connector points. Now you can see there's got a little bit of elastic on there, which is good because it helps stretch out and allows the material to sort of move around and keep the tension on it without putting stress on the stitching. So those 4 are clicked over. We're going to flip it up the other way. I'm just going to close up my mesh front panel here and just straighten up the top flap and pop the top of our cupboard on like so. And that's how easy it is to set up your cupboard. Basically, packing it up is going to be everything in reverse. So we're going to take the pop top cupboard off and we'll set that aside. And we're going to flip over the cupboard and release these 4 tension hooks. We're going to remove the base frame. Like so. Ooh, this one a bit of a, oh, we're caught on the back here. Twist this one off. Ooh. There we go. And now we're just going to pull out our 4 legs. 1, 2. Now, especially if you've had lots of weight in the cupboard and you've been using it for a long trip, you might need to give these poles a little bit of a twist when you pull them out as well. Like so. And then from here, it's just a matter of sort of collapsing your cupboard down and tucking it in as best as you can against those shelves there. Like so. There's no sort of right or wrong way to do it. Just try and sort of fold it in as opposed to scrunch, I guess. Then we're going to put our top frame in. And then we'll put our 4 legs on the diagonal there, because remember, they're going to be 70 centimetres long, as opposed to the 58, 48 width and depth of the cupboard. I'm going to sit this one in the top there and tuck that lip in like so. There we go. And now we'll pull the flap over and zip her up. And that's it. Your pop top 3-shelf cupboard is packed up and ready to go. You can get this at snowies.com.au at our low prices every day.